During the wedding plans, she told me she wanted her biological father to walk her down the aisle. Not me. Not the man who had been there. The man who paid for everything. The man who showed up every single day. She said it casually, like it was obvious. Like there was nothing to explain. I asked her why. She said, because he's my real father. Her mother agreed with her. Said I shouldn't take it personally. Said I should understand that I'm not her father. That's when something switched off in me. I didn't argue. I didn't remind them of the sacrifices. I didn't list the bills I had paid or the years I had stayed. I just listened, and I accepted it. After that conversation, I stopped doing father things. Not out of anger. Out of clarity. I stopped paying her expenses. Stopped handling her bills. Stopped stepping in whenever something went wrong. When they noticed, they were confused. They asked what changed. I reminded them of their own words. I'm not her father. Now they want help again. The wedding is expensive. Life is expensive. Bills don't care about biological fathers who disappeared. They want me to support her like before. They want me to step back into a role they made very clear I don't have. But nothing has changed. I'm still not her father. You can't reject the title and keep the benefits. You can't choose when someone is family based on convenience. So I stay where they put me. On the outside. After that conversation, things didn't explode. They went quiet. That was the scary part. Bills started coming in. Wedding expenses kept increasing. And for the first time in years, nobody was automatically looking at me to handle it. Until they did. Her mother asked casually one evening if I could just take care of a few things like before. I didn't answer immediately. She noticed. She asked what was wrong. I asked her something back. So, am I her father now? She laughed it off. Said I was being dramatic. Said this wedding stress was getting to me. I let it go. But I didn't send any money. A few days later, her biological father finally showed up. Not to plan. Not to contribute. Just to be seen. That's when I realized something. They weren't confused about my role. They just didn't think I would ever step out of it. Then one night, her mother said something that changed everything. And that's when I knew the situation was about to get ugly. That night, her mother said, "You're acting like you didn't choose this responsibility." I looked at her. Chose it? I asked her what she meant. She said I knew she already had a father. That I was the one who decided to step in. That nobody forced me. I didn't reply. Because if I spoke at that moment, it wouldn't be calm. The next day, her daughter came to see me. Not to talk. To ask. She said the venue needed a deposit urgently. Said it was embarrassing explaining to people why things were delayed. Said everyone assumed I was handling it anyway. I asked her one question. Who's walking you down the aisle? She paused. She didn't answer. Later that week, I overheard a conversation. Her mother was on the phone telling someone I had changed. That I was suddenly wicked. That money had entered my head. That hurt. Not because it was untrue, but because it was convenient. Then the biological father called me. First time ever. He didn't greet. Didn't explain. He said, "You need to support her. This wedding concerns all of us." All of us. I didn't respond. But I knew then this wasn't just about a wedding anymore. They had all agreed on something. And I was the only one who didn't get the memo. A few days after that call, something happened that made it clear they were ready to force my hand. And that's when I realized the situation wasn't going to stay quiet for long. That IT happened on a Saturday. I was at home when they showed up, both of them. Her mother and she. Not to talk. Not to explain. Not even to apologize for the years of ignoring me. They came to demand. Her mother said, "Listen, we need you to handle this. Don't make this hard." I stayed silent. She looked at me and said, "You've done it before. You can do it again." The words hit like ice. I realized something in that moment. They weren't asking. They weren't requesting. They were expecting. And all this time, they had acted as if my role didn't exist. I finally spoke. "Am I your father?" Her daughter rolled her eyes. Her mother frowned. They didn't answer. That night, I sat alone thinking about every bill I paid, every meeting I attended, every sacrifice I made. And for the first time, it felt empty. Because they never once called me dad. Never once acknowledged me as the man who raised her. Now they wanted me to save the day like nothing had changed. I didn't respond. The next morning, a message came through. It was from her. "Please, we really need you. I can't do this without you." And just like that, the pressure hit me harder than any insult ever could. Because I realized, this wasn't just about a wedding anymore. It was about control. About making me prove myself again. And this time, I wasn't sure I wanted to. They came again the next morning. Her mother had that look. The one that always meant business. Her daughter followed, trying to soften it with fake smiles. "Please," she said. "We can't do this without you. You're the only one who knows how things work." I leaned back, letting the silence fill the room. Her mother's voice sharpened. "Stop acting like you're doing us a favor. You've been her father all these years. Just step up." I laughed quietly. "Her father? You've told her I'm not. You've told me I'm not. So which is it?" Her daughter's smile faltered. Her mother opened her mouth but paused. That's when I knew they weren't negotiating. They were demanding. I said nothing. I just left the room. Later that afternoon, a message came from her. "I don't understand why you're doing this. Don't make me regret asking you. Regret asking? They never asked before, they expected. Now they acted like I was being unreasonable. I stared at the screen. For the first time I felt exhausted. Not from bills. Not from wedding planning. Not from being ignored. Exhausted from being invisible to the people I raised. And yet, they were still trying to pull me back. By Thursday, the stress hit a new level. Her mother called every hour. Her daughter was sending messages one after another. Please, we really need you. Just handle this, it's your responsibility. Don't leave us hanging. I didn't respond. Then came the call from the venue. The deposit is due today, sir. Or we'll lose the slot. I sat there, phone in hand. My mind raced through every single sacrifice I had made over the years. Every hospital bill I paid, every uniform I bought, every sleepless night, every worry I carried alone. And now they acted like I owed them more. Her daughter came to the house later that day. Her eyes wide. Panicked. Please, can you just... I cut her off. I'm not your father. Her face fell. Her mother gasped from the doorway. I kept going. You've told me for years that I'm not. You've said it so many times. Now you want me to act like I am? Why? Her mother stepped forward, voice sharp. This isn't about titles. This is about responsibility. I laughed bitterly. Responsibility? You mean the responsibility I took on because you told me I wasn't a father? She looked at me, her daughter trembling, her mother furious. I didn't mean. I cut them off again. I'm done. I've done enough. You want him? Go find him. But don't expect me to save a wedding I'm not invited to. I left the room. That night, I received a single message from her biological father. Pay up or she'll blame you. I stared at it. And then my phone died. I didn't respond. And that's when I realized, they weren't just testing me anymore. They were cornering me. Friday came. The deposit for the venue was due by noon. Her mother called me at 7 a.m. Her daughter followed at 7:15 a.m. Texts, WhatsApp calls, messages, relentless. I ignored all of them. Around 10 a.m. they showed up at my door. Her daughter in her wedding planning panic. Her mother sharp and cold. Please, her daughter begged. You know what to do. I stepped aside and let them in. Sit, I said. My voice flat. Her mother didn't sit. She stood, arms crossed. You think ignoring us will fix anything? I looked at her. No. But maybe it will make you understand something. Her daughter's eyes filled with tears. You're supposed to help me. I leaned closer. You told me for years I wasn't your father. Now you want me to step in like I am? You can't have it both ways. Her mother's face flushed. You've done enough. This isn't about titles. I shook my head slowly. Titles? Titles are everything when it comes to respect. You never gave me respect. You never acknowledged me. And now you want me to save your wedding? Her daughter's lip trembled. Please, please don't make me beg. I stayed silent. By noon the deposit was due. I watched them panic. I watched them call her biological father. He didn't answer. I thought about stepping in just to save her the embarrassment. And then I realized, maybe this time I wouldn't. Saturday morning. The venue called again. This is your last chance, sir. I didn't answer. Her mother arrived at my house before noon. She slammed the door behind her. Why are you doing this? I looked at her calmly. I'm not doing anything. You told me I'm not her father. I'm just following your instructions. Her daughter stood behind her, wide-eyed. I can't believe you're letting this happen. I shrugged. You made me invisible. Now enjoy the consequences. By afternoon, I heard chaos from the venue. Her mother called, voice trembling, panic rising. The deposit wasn't paid. They're canceling. Her daughter sent a message. What? Why now? I didn't respond. I sat in silence. Let the panic sink in. Because this wasn't about money anymore. This was about control. About finally letting them understand what it's like to depend on someone who doesn't owe them anything. Her mother came back later that evening. Her voice had changed. Less sharp, more pleading. You're going too far. This is cruel. I leaned back. Cruel? You made me nothing. Now you're scared of the nothing I am? Her daughter's face fell. Tears rolled down, but I didn't move. I didn't say another word. The tension had finally shifted. They weren't asking anymore. They were begging. And I realized then, this was exactly where I wanted it. It was early Sunday morning. Her phone kept buzzing. She finally picked up. I overheard her half of the conversation from across the room. Dad, yes, the deposit, please can you? I froze. Her biological father. The one who vanished for years. The one who showed up only for titles. The one who had never lifted a finger. And now she was calling him to save the wedding. Her voice wavered. Please, I can't do this without you. I clenched my fist. I wanted to yell. I wanted to storm in. But I didn't. I just watched. An hour later she came to me, panic in her eyes. He said he can't make it. He's busy. He forgot. I didn't say anything. I didn't need to. Her mother's phone calls turned frantic. Messages flew in from relatives, asking why the deposit wasn't paid. And I realized they had no backup. They had built a wedding on the assumption that I would always be there. And I wasn't. Her daughter looked at me with tears streaming down her face. Please, you have to help now. I leaned back in my chair. Now? I asked. After all these years? After everything you said? Her mother stepped forward, voice trembling. You're leaving us with no choice. I smiled quietly. No choice. The deposit deadline was just hours away. The venue was waiting. Her biological father was MIA. Her mother and daughter were panicking. And I was still sitting. Waiting. The wedding is tomorrow. The deposit still hasn't been paid. Her biological father is nowhere to be found. Her mother is pacing. And my daughter, because yes, I still think of her that way, is breaking down in front of me. Seeing her like this is killing me. I've watched this girl grow up. I've held her when she cried as a child. I've protected her when life was unfair. I've loved her like she was my own, even when she made it clear I wasn't her father. And now she's suffering. Part of me wants to step in. To pay the deposit. To save her from the embarrassment, the stress, the heartbreak. That's what I've always done. But another part of me knows this moment matters. She chose who her father was. She made that decision clearly. She stood by it. And now life is asking her to stand in it too. Teaching her this lesson feels cruel. It feels like I'm abandoning her when she needs me the most. It hurts more than any insult she's ever thrown at me. But if I step in now, what does she really learn? That I'll always be there no matter how I'm treated? That my role only matters when it's convenient? I'm torn. My heart says help her. My self-respect says don't. So I'm asking for advice. Should I help the daughter I raised even after everything? Or should I let her figure this out on her own and finally face the consequences of her choices? I'm still sitting here. The deadline is close. And I don't know what to do.